Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. For years, the NFL's best received a trip to Honolulu or Orlando for their efforts, but now they get a trip to Vegas as EA Sports welcomes you to Allegiant Stadium here in Southern Nevada. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Off the option, here's Henry. And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. Cook following the penalty. He juked him. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college? And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. offense for the AFC set to go now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now the throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, I'm trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Second down, here's an option right. Mahomes hit, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. Past the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Defense. So defensively, just got the hand up too high, and that adds even more yardage to what was already an impressive run.
And as a defender, you're doing what you normally do on any play, just grabbing at anything, trying to get him down. But when you're downfield, you're a little more exposed. They'll get you every time when they see it.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the AFC able to get a bit closer.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did... Putting the ball in the end zone, that took him away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with an AFC touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the NFC back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, 28 yards. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick. Roberts on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Rodgers will throw for it. That's caught. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have.
Now a hit and a loose football, and it's scooped up by the NFC. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own side.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Handoff comes to Cook. Cook able to escape. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now in this first half of the Pro Bowl. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On play action, now Rodgers. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. On play action, Rodgers. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this is going to be secured by the AFC. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Now a play fake. Rodgers going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The offense for the AFC set to go now as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And they take a knee. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The AFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here, but that will be how this first half comes to an end. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. On play action, it's Rodgers. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers, and this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC.
Just getting a fumble recovery. Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific and that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the NFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, Don, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Off the option, here's Henry. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 1 from the 2. Now a first carry for their fullback. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 10.
Go time, baby.
And all the way in for the touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Roberts now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl. As Mahomes hit, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The numbers for the NFC on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 218 yards for him on the ground as he has been a bright spot for this NFC offense. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Now they'd really like to make the short field. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
It's complete. Bust through the tackle. And they are just not going to let up. up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.